we will see December. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling.
Good evening all, this is Rolling Swarm and we are bang on time for that invite. Welcome back. We're moving through the professionals tournament on the European server World of Tanks Blitz. Let's just get the camera in a better spot. Great to have you here with us once again this evening. Microphone is definitely not muted. And for those of you who are watching on my page, my YouTube channel, stream is also being hosted on Wargaming's official World of Tanks Blitz YouTube channel, and vice versa. So just bear that in mind. I will try and keep my eye on at least one comment section during the video to interact with you guys just a little bit. Standard information, of course, to avoid stream sniping. This stream is working on a slight delay of 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the intermediary processes, bearing in mind that it is being restreamed. But enough of the technicalities. Well, actually, no. Another technicality, a small point of order. There are no coins, as far as I'm aware, there are no coins available for this stream. If that changes, I'll let you know. But to the best of my knowledge, we haven't been able to fix the technical issues behind the lack of coins. So my sincerest apologies for that. Of course, I wish you guys all the coins in the world and all of the luck on opening the crates that are linked with that. Alas, not to be. But the good news is we do get to have you a little bit more active in chat, cheering on the teams, making predictions, commenting on some crazy plays or some bad plays that we see during the course of this evening. So for tonight's stream, let me move the camera once more now in the corner, the battle corner, as I know it. So we're going to be following R2K, Ready to Kill, captained by Zerd. Very strong team, very storied, having prominence in the Professional Series 2018 and also doing very well in the EU Online Finals of the Twister Cup 2018. They finish top of the pile. And let me just go back to my Excel spreadsheet and I can confirm to you R2K finished 14 match round robin phase. They ended up 12 wins, 2 losses. In terms of series, with regards to individual rounds, they won 39 rounds, lost 19 rounds, a little bit leaky there. Not getting a tremendously high number of clear-cut rounds. And we're just now waiting for them to get stuck in. Of course, their opponent, Easy, the All-Stars team, European All-Stars, also a contending clan in the Twister 2018 Cup World of Tanks Blitz EU server. They squeezed into the top 4. My goodness, didn't they squeeze into the top 4? Just pipping First Alliance 1, the clan tag there, to take the 4th spot. Now 4th from Twister 2018 in the current format that we're seeing. It's got a bit of a good omen about it. In Twister 2018, Asia, Face took 4th. They went on to win the overall server. Russian server region, Ace Ventura took 4th. They went on to win the overall server region. And on Europe, Raid took 4th. They went on to win the overall server region and the offline finals in Minsk, the Grand Championship. So a truly phenomenal performance from 3 4th place teams. So certainly do not be so hasty to write Easy out of the equation. We'll write them off in this one. Certainly they are the underdogs coming into this fixture. And let me just have a slight rebalance of the music there. I hope the audio quality is at a good level for you guys. We've hit the ready button. We are ready. We are going to get stuck into the action. And it is going to be, first map, Desert Sands, a personal favorite of mine. Really love the Desert Sands map. The meta has been historically, well, towards the end of 2018, the rush over that A cap in the desert. But now we've been seeing a little bit more nuance towards the approaches. A couple of pushes underneath the bridge near the B area and some play in the city. But still, the desert seems to be the hot area. We're expecting both teams to go that way. Looking at the lineups, R2K stacking in 3 mediums and a Batchat, plus the T110E5, the 1 Mo. They are certainly angled up, geared up in terms of tank composition for the desert. Looking at Easy, a little bit heavier. They're probably going to make a push into the city area. We'll have to wait and see. We're going in now. I am excited indeed. And the comment section is alive and well. Everyone, apart from Hajdu, rocking the Professionals avatar. What a glorious avatar that is. Only available for the best of the best. And R2K, the favorites on paper, Easy. Oh, and we've come in. We've got a tiny bit of lag here. And let's see, we're in. And no party without me. Nico, Bacha 25T, playing an aggressive spotting line. He's spotted. He's using the soft cover of the bush there. Potentially in vain. And he's lit up. We've seen a Hajdou. Both teams, like we foretold, in the desert area. Let's get elevated with the free cam. It's easy, are pretty slow. They've got a nice 5-tank heavy core that are pushing in deep. The T-22 uncatchable. That's a very strong tank. Angled over, well, kind of positioned over A. First bit of damage there, well, second bit of damage. Hajdou's taken some damage. And it is Winch pulling back in the pattern, and it's a very good move to pull back. R2K stacked up deep in the desert. And they are going to be lighting up people. And VIP has taken an absolute flogging. Winch is in trouble. He's having to get out of dodge very quickly in the M48 pattern. R2K hustling. We're seeing the E50Ms, General and Deniak. They're tunneling the T22. T22 goes down to General. Great play. R2K with an early gun lead. It's devolved into a brawl. It's a classic brawl situation. VIP is low. Zerd's also low. It looks like Jack11 and Zerd goes down. VIP goes down. Now Zerd and Muscular has gone down as well. Zerd is the clan commander for R2K. He is the caller. We've lost General. It's 5-on-3. 4-on-3. Absolute carnage. Asubio takes down the 1-mo. It's a 4-on-3 situation. R2K leading with a good hit point and gun advantage. Nico, no party without me, is in trouble. He'll be going down. No, he's not. No party. Takes down Mr. Decaville. Bounces a shot. Asubio trying to get the ram damage in. Doesn't quite manage it. And the E50M Deniak, Winch 38. Oh, no party's gone down to Asubio. It's a 3-on-2. And at this point, R2K looks set to stack it up. The 268 Chaser, Object 3, very strong player. Very competent indeed. On the reload, we'll be looking to put in a ton of hurt into the E50M. Big Alpha TD coming over the hill. Hammers him. And Deniak will be the one to finish off Asubio. And he connects. And R2K with an absolute monster brawl of a first game. Reminding you guys at home, of course, that it is a best of 7. We've gone up from a best of 5 format from the round robin now to a best of 7 format, and that is, well, absolutely superb. And we can see here Object 3 in the 268 Chaser had an absolute cracker of a game. 4.5k damage on the board. The E50Ms as well, but particularly Deniak and even the Batcha getting some good damage numbers on the board. Asubio, the E50M from Easy, similarly having a high scoring game. Nice to see the E50M being kind of brought back into the meta a little bit more. We're still seeing on EU, we're still seeing that kind of very tactical map control meta, but the gameplay has evolved away from a kind of a purely heavy set. That's what we're typically seeing still on North America. At the moment on Europe, the gameplay is it's evolving, it's becoming more mobile. We're seeing faster lineups moving towards that kind of Russian focus fire meta of CIS, the Russian server region, but at the same time still keeping the map control elements that are at the heart, the core of the European server region's history. 40 seconds to go, going back into Desert Sands, swapping the spawn as we always do. Each map is played twice. The team will get the opportunity to play once from each spawn, apart from if we get to a tiebreaker, if we get to a 3-3 situation, the tiebreaker map is only played once. Of course, best of 7, first team to 4 victories takes it. R2K leading Easy 1-0, Easy squeezing into the 4th spot, just making the top 4 cut by the skin of their teeth, with a strong win over Eros 3-0 in Tour 14. And we're now waiting for the timer to tick down. Going back in, I'm excited. I am looking forward to this very much indeed. And R2K, well, we've got and we're here on time this time, double 50B, double 140. They're very fast. There's no slow tanks on the R2K lineup. Easy with the Chieftain, the IS-4s, and a Mouse are much more sluggish, although they should be much more viable in terms of a city meta. Now we're seeing the 140s, they're pulling out of the desert, and the T22 and the E50M, VIP, Hajdou respectively, making their way across. Hajdou not quite connecting with the 140s. It was a blind fire. They weren't spotted. Oh, and that's a huge amount of damage. Gregory in the IS-4 has been lit up. He's at 50% HP. Jakolev BHP, and the mouse is now in trouble. R2K are pushing deep into the city. Easy weren't expecting this. They were not expecting this at all, and Zerd is brawling Jakolev. Tracks him. Jakolev will be looking to get shots in, but now he's got the 140s on his rear. The Russian DPM going in through the back of the German armor. He picks up one bounce. Zerd's going to get potentially trapped. The mouse is going to pincer Zerd against the wall. And Zerd will be a gun effectively out of the fight. That's really great play, but it's a two-gun advantage to R2K. Zerd is pincered. Eusebio, Mr. Muscular, Decaville have come back in. R2K pushed in deep through the city. Easy have got a VIP and a Hajdu playing loose with low HP from the side. R2K with a 3k hit point advantage. No party, Object, General will be brawling Muscular. Muscular takes down No party. Winch has gone down to a Hajdu. Easy, it's they're a gun behind, but Zerd is still effectively out of the fight, but Muscular potentially going down to General here. General needs to connect. He does. No, it's actually Object that connects. And now Object and General will double team Decaville at the same time. Ahajdu is getting double teamed by the 1mo, and 1mo takes him down. Zerd's out of the fight. He's looking for shots. He's been pincered by the mouse. Great play by Jakolev to shut down the IS-7 out of the fight. But R2K now, 4 effective tanks on 1, and they'll be sealing up the deal here on Desert Sands. 2-0 in their favor. And it's all Decaville can do to stay alive. There are so many guns on him. Gets a nice AT roll into the 1mo, but it's not enough. General in the Object 140 Terra coming around, taking him down. And R2K sealing that one off very quickly. I mean, if we have a look at the round time there, that was a brutally fast game. R2K pushing in deep through the city. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. That's fast. That is a very fast game indeed. And we can see here the effective burst DPM of the 50Bs used very well. They got 2.5 clips, maybe 3 clips out each, which is perfect for the 50B. Zerd led the charge in the well-armored IS-7. Good frontline speed. Ended up getting pinned by Jakolev. Jakolev not able to take Zerd down in terms of hit points, but shutting him down, just pinning him against the wall. Great play. But the slower lineup of Easy meant that they were not able to rotate effectively back into the city to respond to the push by R2K. Now we've got 1 minute to go. Let's see, we're going into Fort Despair, classic map here. Let's see if we can't go to Strat Sketch and just have a look at Fort Despair. We've got some doodles on here from before. Let's get rid of those. Voila, they're gone. Fort Despair, probably one of the most quintessential maps of Clan Wars. You'll remember this one, infamous Raid versus C4 in the offline finals in Minsk of the Twister Cup. Let's just fix that. There we go. R2K with a good 2-0 lead to Easy, dominant on Desert Sands. Can Easy reverse their fortunes going now into Fort Despair? Fort Despair, the A-cap here, out on the medium flank, exposed. Vulnerable, control of this corner, vital. Look to see 113s, fast tanks making their way here. Mouse tanks potentially playing around the B area. TDs sat in the backfield respectively for each team. That's the typical setup that we've seen so far. Fort Despair is a great map. It lends itself to every vehicle class. Looking at the lineup here though, R2K double mouse tank are probably going to stack C or B very heavily indeed. Now, both teams with WZs, 113s, a double tap of both of those for both teams. But Easy bringing a nice core of IS-4s, whilst R2K leaning on those 140s again. The 140, of course, being the absolute hallmark of the Twister 2016 meta in encounter battle mode, the mobility DPM. And just sheer efficiency of the tank back before it was nerfed in 2016 made it a serious contender. Now it looks like Easy are splitting forces. They're sending 3 tanks. Easy are sending 3 tanks. Muscular, Valkyrie, and Ahajdu out of the fight. Jakolev in trouble. Object. Look at the position on this 140. He's got in deep. Zerd's pushing in. Jakolev is going down. Really great play. General's in trouble though. Ahajdu's rotated back through. R2K are iron fisting their way through C. Hyper aggressive play. Zerd's in trouble. No party shielding. Now the 140s, are they going to get pinched? Well, the mouse tanks are barreling straight through the middle. R2K not taking any prisoners on the cap. Zerd going down to potentially a one-shot. Maybe VIP will pick up the kill. It's a low roll. Zerd hanging in on 30 HP. General gets the kill. The 140 is very effective. The mouse tanks now shielding the flank of the people, of their teammates, pushing in through C. Ahajdu. And well, Gregory's gone down to object 3. R2K storming through the gun line of Easy. Easy just too spread out, not ready for that Iron Fist push. Mr. Muscular now engaging Deniak. No party, getting stuck into the turretless 268. He gets a shot off into the 1-mo, but no party will be able to shut him down. No, it's Deniak. And at the same time, Zerd has taken down Valkyrie. Last man standing is Ahajdu in the IS-4. And let's see, General gets behind him. It could be General with the kill shot here. He's got the perfect angle and he picks it up. And R2K with a hyper-aggressive strat. Another one very quickly finished. Really great to see R2K just absolutely slaying here. Even quicker, 1 minute 56 seconds. They are not hanging about. R2K, I haven't seen many of the R2K games. Amonet's been covering them for most of it, but I don't think their games have been this quick. We are talking raw efficiency here. And you can see the 140 again. General playing that very well, over 3k damage. A great overall hit point lead and good hit point pool rotation by R2K, keeping those guns in the game. Match point now to R2K. It's been an absolute stormer of a series for them. And now this is a best of 5. It would be all over for Easy, but it is not. It is a best of 7. Of course, though, they are now in the unenviable position of needing to win 4 games back to back versus top of the table R2K. And R2K are just, they're having none of it. We're going back into Fort Despair, swapping the spawns. R2K are just, they are not taking prisoners this evening. Really great to see them bringing everything, absolutely everything in the top 4. Certainly, there's no sense in keeping tricks up sleeves when you get to this stage in the competition. Maybe 1 or 2, but you can certainly bring out your A game at this level. And R2K looking very strong at the moment. They're kind of softening the lineup a little bit, dropping the double mouse tank, still keeping the element of mobility with the Batchat object, well, the T62 Alpha, sorry, bringing in some TDs, though. Maybe we'll see a more passive gameplay. This one might last a bit longer. Hard to say, though. Easy are bringing in a mouse T22E3, backed up by a core of heavies, the IS-4 11113. It's a nice lineup from both teams. No glaring weaknesses. Potentially R2K with slightly more mobility and Easy with more armor overall. And let's have a look at the relative hit point pools. Winch in the Batchat 25T for R2K. Where is he going? That will tell us a lot about R2K's strategy on this map. Easy with a good 700 hit point lead based on tank composition. Winch, he's going up to the balcony. He's dropped the speed boost. A little bit of terrain trouble there. He's looking to get spots in on Easy. Doesn't get any. We're seeing Asubio leading the charge. The 113s at the same time. R2K have moved very quickly. And they are, this as we said, the 113s can go deep behind A. R2K will control the outfield. Easy. Ahajdu is pushed through. Easy need to make a move for C. Now Valkyrie, this is a potential weakness here. He can. Will he take that shot? He will get a big shot into the 268 chaser, but he's been spotted. If R2K realize that Valkyrie is alone and they have Object 3's called the attack. Now Easy with the cap lead. They got C nice and early. R2K potentially could shut down the isolated Valkyrie, but there is support coming in. Asubio and the 113 behind him, and we are seeing that push. R2K have responded. Oh, Valkyrie misses a key shot, and Asubio is there behind. Valkyrie gets a nice shot into General. Winch, he's on the drum reload. Valkyrie's in a lot of trouble. General's blocking Winch. They're working together. General now Probably all blocked. And let's just see General potentially to get the kill. Yes. And now Winch moving on Asubio. Tracks him. No party now pushing in. Of course, on the other side of the map, it's not going so well for R2K. We've lost Zerd and the 1-mo from B. Easy with 2 caps and a 2-gun advantage. R2K's push deep in through the E3 and 113 has not paid off. VIP is getting stuck into the back of Winch. Asubio is hanging on like a pro. Finally gets shut down. It's now a 4-on-6, but the hit points strongly in the favor of Easy. Plus they have map control. Object 3 in the 268 potentially going down now to Ahajdu. He gets the kill. Back over here. No party and Deniak. Last 2 standing. The passive gameplay for R2K not working. They tried to bring the fight to Easy at the E3, but it took them far too long to get the kills in. And they created an overmatch for the rest of their team in B, which Easy happily exploited. And Ahajdu there, the T22 uncatchable, shutting down No Party in the WZ113. Absolutely beautiful gameplay by Easy. Very well played by Asubio and Jakolev. I think it was Jakolev in the E3. No, Valkyrie, sorry. Valkyrie in the E3. But Mr. Decaville. 3k damage. The heavies for Easy on the B area. We didn't catch most of that action, but it went firmly in the favor of Easy. They had a big gun advantage, which they capitalized on when R2K made the push in for the E3 and the 113, and R2K they lost their hit point advantage in that poor tactical decision, sending bulk forces after a few and not killing them quick enough and leaving themselves vulnerable to attack from behind. So R2K leading Easy 3-1. Easy still in a very stressful position, needing 3 wins back to back. So let's see. We're going in now to Port Bay. Port Bay, another, well, a very different map. Of course, we've got the 2 caps, A and B, deep in the city. We've got the C cap out on the flank. This is a great map for TDs. Certainly we've seen some very sneaky bait strats being used in the past. It looks like R2K are going for another aggressive lineup, very diverse, bringing the 50Bs. They really have success with the 50Bs. Potentially this signals another rush strat, or potentially a bait. Now 50Bs are great at rushing with the burst damage, particularly a pair of them wolf packing an enemy tank out in the open alone, but at the same time they can be great in defensive positions, coming out, clipping out an enemy tank that's advanced too far in isolation. But I think R2K will be wanting to take this one to Easy. They had a lot of success with those very quick fire games early on. Easy, on the other hand, well, they've got a 140 T62 Alpha AMX-30B. They've got the medium advantage. We can expect Easy to be looking to play some of their elements towards C. Certainly the AMX-30B is a prime candidate to get on the far side of the river, overwatching C. Maybe we'll see the Russian medium splitting the distance. And R2K, red team north spawn, Easy blue team south spawn, and they are really making their way here. R2K are tunneling C, and it looks like, if we have a look at the minimap there, it seems, let's just lock on to Zerd, it seems that Easy are doing that as well. We're going to see a big brawl over C. Valkyrie in the 268 potentially making his way towards A. General's taking a big hit. No one from Easy gets tagged on the crossing. R2K making an interesting move, sending 2 heavies to control the corner. General in the T62 Alpha not trading effectively. He took 1 hit, maybe from one of the heavies on the side. Ahajdu making a very sneaky cap here. And Jakolev, well, Valkyrie in the 268's gone back up to support. The rapid AMX-50B is going to be capping B, and at the same time he might then make a look to put some pressure on A. R2K going to deal with him. He's very quick. Very, very quick indeed. No Party. No Party's got 2 shots in the chamber. Gregory could go down here. Oh, No Party's very exposed. Very exposed. Easy up punishing him for that push. In comes Deniek. And Gregory's gone down to General. No, Party's gone down to Asubio. Deniak's looking to pick up the 140. Zerd's gone down to Jakolev. It's 2 guns down apiece. R2K leading slightly in terms of hit points. They've got a 1-gun advantage, and also Object in general should be able to put down the T-62 Alpha Asubio here on the C flank. Oh, this could be very crucial. Control of this area, absolutely vital. And General gets another kill, and it's a 2-gun advantage to R2K. Easy do have the cap points. Ahajdu in the 30B couldn't put pressure on A, had to come in and join the brawl. Deniak will be going down to Jakolev. Jakolev's just waiting for a shot. Deniak gets the kill, actually. Well, Jakolev takes down Deniak. And now Valkyrie brawling. He misses the 1-mo. That's crucial. The 1-mo potentially could have been a 1-shot for Jakolev coming around the corner. And now it is a 4-on-2, 4-on-1. R2K sealing the deal very effectively. And the 1-mo in the E3. He loves that tank. Delivering the final kill shot. And Valkyrie says, "We will see." So absolutely fantastic. And Explode Gaming says the games were too short. I'm inclined to agree with you. I was looking forward to more things to watch, but at the same time, R2K raw efficiency, a nice hit point lead there. I'm not really sure. I think the burst damage was employed very, very well. Really great call by R2K to send their heavy tanks. That would have been Zerd and Object 3 off behind C, gave them the dominance on that C flank. The Clippers controlled the river area. It cost them dearly. We see both of them going down. No Party getting 1 clip off, Deniak getting just over 2. But that was the burst damage really gave the rest of R2K the advantage. Certainly we saw Easy a little bit of a positional misplay early on. It was a good call to send the 30B. Certainly the 30B would have been deleted if it had gone to C to face R2K heavies head to head. Great play, trying to get the B cap going nice and early, but at the same time, I think that the 268 Valkyrie, we see him here, only 2 shots. The 268, it's got to be a damage dealer for the team. You look at the TD, the E3, the 1-mo here, double damage compared to Valkyrie. And 268 is a damage dealing tank. It's not really brought for anything else. And kind of sending it towards the city, then bringing it back, and it was always on the back foot, always slightly out of position in that brawl around the C area, was a little bit of a misplay by Easy, but they're not out yet. You've got to remember, it is a double elimination format, best of 7. So Easy will now go and face the loser of Eros versus Raid, and then the loser of that match is out. Double elimination, 2 losses, and you're out. Now R2K will play the winner of Eros versus Raid, and the winner of that will go through to the grand finals. And we should be seeing that match, R2K versus either Eros or Raid, coming up soon. And just a kind reminder, I'm keeping my eye on the chat. I hope Wargaming on the chat on my channel, on Rolling Swarm's YouTube channel. I am hoping Wargaming are doing the same. If you know the scores, if you're chatting to the players, or if you are, look at this beautiful Chieftain Mark 6, Tectonic Camouflage, going from the shop soon. So if you like it, get it before it goes. So yeah, if you're speaking to the players, if you're keeping your eye on the websites, if you know the results before they're shown on stream, please do keep them for yourself. There are some people here on the edge of their seats, keeping the dream alive for the team that they're supporting. And spoilers can be a little bit of a disruptive force for other people's viewing experiences. So please do, if you know the scores, keep them to yourselves until they have been revealed on stream. But R2K beating Easy 4-1. Making very swift work of their opponents on some maps. R2K now going through to the second upper bracket. I believe that's what we're calling it at the moment. And let's just see. Now I need to have a quick chat. Actually, well, first of all, big shout out to the guys from Wargaming for bringing me on board onto their channel to do this. Of course, I absolutely love doing the casting, the coverage. And it's always an honor and a privilege to be brought in to do some stuff for Wargaming on their channel as well. So let's go to the chart. Final stage. Now Eros and Raid are still playing. We got some time to kill. I'm on PC controls, so you won't get me going into a game revealing my noobery on PC controls for all to see, but what you will see are some replays. Let's see. Do we have any more extra juicy replays stacked up? I'm hunting for a really good replay. Ooh. That looks like a good one. We can go with that. Let's load it up. We're going in. And it is Tommy from Rain. It's actually a player from the North American server. He is in the Foch 155. I think we saw a replay from him on the Foch 155 from Himmelsdorf yesterday in the North American stream for their Tours 13-14. He is monstrously efficient in this tank. I, on the other hand, cannot drive a turretless TD for love nor money, but Tommy can. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to show us how to drive this monstrosity. It's a tier 10, tier 9 game, 4 tier 10s, 3 tier 9s per team. Looking at the lineups, both teams with a pretty good heavy lineup. Green's slightly better for the heavy channel. It looks like they know that. Jaegeru, though, dragging its heels. The Mouse and Mauschen making good work through the heavy channel. Tommy playing TD passively, looking for a shot on the 140, taking his time, looking for that drive wheel. Nice roll. A poor roll actually. 587 does get spotted, interestingly enough. Pulls into the hard cover, buying himself a little bit of breathing room. And now his camo should be reset back into position. We can see the Conqueror has bitten off potentially more than he can chew. He's got 3 angry red tanks on top of him. We don't have a free cam. We can't go over and see exactly how much trouble he's in, but the 140 is back for another dose of alpha. And at a 623, Tommy pulling back once more. We've lost the Conqueror, the T62 Alpha Silverback Reclaimer. The Union Clan pulling back under the fire of the TDs behind him. Wise move. We can see a T54, tier 9 Russian medium red making its way, and the 215B presents a nice target there. Tommy with the affirmative saying, yeah, that was good. I like that. Tommy, we're not even 2 minutes in and he's close to 2k damage on the scoreboard. And he's looking, covering this T62 Alpha, but we know we know that there are tanks coming in through the back. Now, are they going to come in through the back of the TDs? They are. We've got the T52 Alpha and the IS-7 on the minimap. The Jaegeru looks to... Tommy doesn't quite have an angle there. He turned around a little bit first, a lucky bounce. And Tommy looking to brawl an IS-7. Well, the IS-7 looking the wrong way. Nice roll, 686. RN Jesus. Backing up Tommy here. Jaegeru puts a lot of damage in. IS-7 potentially in one-shot territory. Reds with a 2-gun advantage. Tommy looking for that. Gets a low roll. He's going to leave the Jaegeru to finish off the business. But there's the T-54. Who's the Jaegeru going to go for? Is the Jaegeru going to go for the T-54? Tommy, snapshot on the IS-7. It's a 1-gun advantage to the red team. You can see he's playing this tank very aggressively. And the IS-7, 2 versus 1. HE roll. The T-54 turns just at the last second. Takes it in through the tracks. Enemy Jaegeru down to Lord Sito in the Mouse. Tommy, T-54 gets another shot in, but he is, if he can get around the corner. Oh, hit on the rocks. Tommy with his second kill of the match. It's now a 3-on-3. Tommy will have to work with the Jaegeru. He's up to 4k damage pretty much. Looks like the Mouse tank is in trouble. Mouse tank alone. Tommy pulling back to a defensive position. Doesn't want to go and meet the enemy head on. Certainly getting stuck in that kind of area with the mobile 140 and relatively mobile FB215B, the British heavy tank tier 10. Could be a bit troublesome. He's advising the Jaegeru to hold. Looks like the Jaegeru is holding. The 140 spotted, dodging. Tommy is firing up. Tommy using the soft cover for a little bit of a camouflage boost. Mr. Loserman, the red FV215B, knows that the 140... Mr. Loser... Well, knows that the 140 verbal abuse... That's a good name. It's crucial to the red team's kind of chances of beating these two very well armored, very heavy hitting TDs. And the 215B, though, in trouble. Oh, Tommy bounces. Oh dear. Now the Jaeger, he needs to get a big hit in. The 215B spots up Tommy. Tommy goes in through the drive wheel. The Jaeger takes down verbal abuse. Now Tommy needs to take down. It's a 1-on-2 situation. Is the FV215B going to get safe? He is. Tommy bounces the E75, angling up, getting into cover. This is tricky. The E75 full HP is a tough customer to deal with. And Tommy, well, he's switched up to heat. He knows that frontal armor plate is going to be tough to deal with, and he knows the FV215B. Look at this awareness. He knows the 215B is probably going to be coming around that corner. Gets a good hit. Bounces. No, he doesn't bounce. He takes a hit from the E75. There's the 215B. The 215B bounces. Oh my goodness me. Tommy connects. He's hit the ammo rack. He's pulling back. Bounces the 215B. Bounces the E75. That is how it is done. Using that frontal armor profile to perfection. Dodging the 215B. The Hesh round in through the side could have been enough to finish him off. A heat roll sliding down the hill. He's now potentially a one-shot for a good Hesh roll on the 215B. The 215B, a two-shot for Tommy. Mr. Loserman bounces. Oh, now Mr. Loserman, if he can get behind Tommy, if he can get behind the turretless TD, but he can't. The traverse numbers, Tommy jinx, and Tommy should have him now. He should have him beat on the reload. Takes his time. 7k damage. Would you believe it? Absolutely insane. And the Red Eye is 7 saying GG to Tommy and the Foch. And yes, we will of course take the friend requests. 2 so far. Pretty good going. Tremendous performance by Tommy. Rain, North American server. Mr. Loserman and the 215B also having an absolute storming game. Almost 3k damage, 3 kills. We don't see the medals because it's on a different server, but very, very strong performance by those two players. And great sportsmanship all round. Nice and sociable. Platoon requests. Sorry, we're not accepting platoon requests. We're not playing. I'm on PC controls, and certainly we're not about that kind of stress. Let me just check in with the chaps from Wargaming, seeing what's happening now. And actually, we can probably check in on the scores. That will be something worth talking about. Oh, interesting. And let's go now to the website. Here we are. The WoT Blitz official website. Great, great resource. Lots of news, Hall of Fame, information on vehicles, links to different media, services, player support, etc, 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 and also the tournament results, match schedule, and the like. And this is where we are. We are now focusing on these two games. These are the ones which have just happened. R2K beating Easy 4-1, Raid beating Eros 4-2, Raid coming in second place, Eros coming in third place out of the group stage. So this is not a tremendous upset. It's kind of what we'd expect, to be honest. Eros now will go and face Easy in the losers brackets. R2K and Raid will meet head to head in the winners brackets. Now I think I'm covering R2K and Raid. I don't have confirmation of that yet. So I mean, we're either going to see R2K versus Raid or Eros versus Easy. Now I'm imagining, because this is also being streamed on Wargaming's official server, which is, I'm here if you're watching there, and I'm also on my own channel if you're watching there. But I imagine because we're hosting for Wargaming, we will be following the winners bracket, R2K versus Raid. That's a pretty important match because the winner of that one will go through to the grand finals, guaranteed first or second place, depending on how they do in that matchup grand finals. The loser will then go down to face the winners of Eros versus Easy. So probably, well, we did see Easy beat Eros 3-0. So maybe Eros set to go out fourth in the top four. Could be a bit of an upset. They were very hot favorites, at least in my book, coming into the tournament. But they've really struggled in the last couple of fixtures. So we'll have to see. Well, let's go back to the garage. Et voila. Here we are. And just to put it in perspective for you guys, Raid finished with the round robin phase 11-3, 35 rounds won, 15 rounds lost. Eros finished 10-4, winning 33 rounds, losing 19. So all three teams, R2K, Raid, Eros, very strong records overall. Easy in through the skin of their teeth with 7 wins, just pipping First Alliance, who only came away with 6 wins. So a lot to look forward to. We've got a few minutes now before the invites come through. Let's actually see what the next map is going to be. We can get a bit of ahead of ourselves and have a look at the map. And this is how you see it. So it's Dynasty's Pearl, then Faust, Naval Frontier, and Black Goldfill as the tiebreaker. And it's the number 1 and number 2 team coming out of the round robin phase, respectively. So R2K, on paper, the favorites. But if we look at the results when R2K and Raid faced each other first time round, so in the first time that they faced each other, R2K beat Raid 3-2. That was in the first half of the round robin phase. In the second half of the round robin phase, Raid beat R2K 3-2. So both teams having beat each other on the tiebreakers, which is which is pretty cool. So they're very evenly matched teams. R2K just being slightly more consistent with the results on other teams in the top 8 of the round robin group on the European Server Professionals tournament. Lots to look forward to. Well, it's Dynasty's Pearl is the first map. So let's see. Of course, it will take the friend request. All the friend requests. Two friend requests. Not all of them, but quite a few. So let's go and have a look. Let's see if we can't find Dynasty's Pearl in our little archive of maps. Fantastic. Okay. Looking good. And let's go over to StratSketch. Now, StratSketch, www.stratsketch.com, is a free resource that I am a huge fan of because it works very well and it is a great tool not only for planning your own team's stratagems and tactics in tournaments such as this on World of Tanks Blitz. It has all of the maps and lots of different tools for drawing on said map, but it's also very good for showing you guys on stream what we're talking about. So this is Dynasty's Pearl. This is the first map that R2K and Raid will be going into. The invite will be coming through in a few minutes time, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. In randoms, C is the cap to go for out here in this kind of park area. It's a little bit risky in Clan Wars. Certainly A and B are closer together. B is a bit of a suicidal cap. It is possible to quick cap it, but it's very risky. The city area A, there are lots of options here. Certainly we see, for me, the main take home from this map is because of the low terrain resistance, the very flat terrain profile in the city, these kind of nice corridors, lots of heavy cover. It is possible to move through the city quite sneakily without getting detected, as long as you don't pass through this lane just on the northwest of B. It is possible to move a lot of heavy tanks very quickly, undetected, into the kind of surprising positions. So for me, this is a great map for really adventurous rotations. And we've got another friend request coming in. So lots to look forward to. Typically, what we'll see is the brawls breaking down around the B area. If they do happen, it's, from what I've seen so far in the tournament, it's rare to have huge chunks of the brawl happening in C. Certainly coming out of the spawns, TDs have really good firing lanes over C from both sides. And pushing aggressively through C can be a bit of a one-way mission, so to speak. But you do need, of course, to control vision over this area. There are some good bushes either side for either spawn for kind of passive light tank spotting. If that chat can get up here, can spot effectively pretty much this whole area without being detected unless it gets proximity spotted by another light or medium tank from the enemy side pushing in. And I'm just going to check now because I think maybe the next game is not so soon. It won't be in 5 minutes time. Maybe we have another 15 minutes to go. We've got more than 50. We've got lots of time. We've got lots of time. Here I am looking at Strat Sketch. What we've got time for is another replay or two. So certainly a best of 7. Potentially the games we can have 7 games. We've only seen 5, and some of those were very, very quick indeed. R2K versus Easy. So my recommendation to you is obviously stay tuned, keep watching, like the video on both Wargaming's page and my own, subscribe to both channels, and get yourself set up with some snacks and beverages. I'm going to go through my replay archives, find some more cracking games for you to sit back and enjoy while we wait for the next fixture in the top 3. And let's see. And Grumbly, our top man Grumbly, moderating the Swarm Discord server. I should probably see if we can find that. Oh, a KV3 from Grumbly. Let's do it. Let's do it. And it's Grumbly. Let's get ourselves set up in the right position. Here we go. Grumbly, he's grinding his way towards the IS-7, IS-4 for Clan Wars, for his team. Here we are in the KV3. Not the best tier 7 heavy tank, if we're being honest. And he is going to be making his way now. It's an encounter battle, not supremacy. That's advantageous for a very slow heavy tank. I like the Russian KV3. Certainly, it does not have a lot of hustle. It's a good matchup, though. He's top tier. The enemy SP1C and T43, particularly because it's the Advanced Polish Armor clan. I think that's the acronym APA. They can be quite troublesome. I'm not sure if that's the real APA, but the KV1S. Oh, the KV1S is in trouble. Grumbly bounces, going through the fence, but he's in a nice position here. And the KV1S is with a lower tier gun. Potentially gets stuck into the other KV1S. 421. Nice damage roll. The Sentinel taking down first red tank. Greens with a nice situational KV2. And Grumbly not taking that snapshot. Pushing in aggressively though. Well, no, not so aggressively. And there are the light tanks. The light and medium tanks dominating that flank. He's looking for the SP1C with a HE round. He's got a HE round in the chamber. 481. It's not the best roll, but it has done close to 50% damage to the SP1C. The SP1C, spending far too much time on the top of that hill, is about to be deleted. Is deleted. Good night from Grumbly. Grumbly keeping his head on a swivel, looking for those targets as they push in. And we're almost 2 minutes in, and he hasn't even taken a single shot yet. The KV3, not the easiest armor profile. And there we go, I've jinxed him. And it's a pretty poor trade with the KV2, although the KV3 doesn't get the tremendous amount of damage that the KV2 is capable of delivering to softer targets. Now he's Grumbly looking for that KV1S. The Nashorn Floki 257 picking up the kill. There is an M48, an M4A E8, the Easy 8. Grumbly fluffs the shot. It's now a 3-on-4. The IS, the Russian IS. Nice snapshot, up to 2k damage. Certainly correct target priority. Grumbly looking now. Do I try and shut down the Easy 8? I think he's going for it. He's got HE in the chamber. Deletes the Easy 8. It's now a 2-on. There's the KV2. The KV2 completely fluffs that shot. Grumbly won't get reloaded in time before the KV2 pulls back. Narrowly misses. Green Tiger. Where is the Tiger? Holding on for dear life, no doubt. 30 HP. We're approaching Kolobanov City for Grumbly here. T-43. Nice roll, 399. KV2. Another low roll. Grumbly. Nice bounce on the T-43. If he can shut the T-43 down, he should be able to do it. And now he's pushing in on this KV2. 3k damage. There's an IS-7 somewhere, but the KV2 is probably the most scary tank. Although 400 on the roll. And now Grumbly is a 1-shot. The IS is a 2-shot. Grumbly is going to need to work that armor profile. He's going to be looking to get a good bounce in here. Gets that crucial bounce. And now if he can just keep the IS... and the Easy 8, great sportsmanship. Oh, he bounces! No! No way. Can Grumbly do it? He's face hugging. I don't know. I haven't played the KV3 in so long. Oh, the IS misses. Grumbly looking for that Commander's Cupola, the top hatch. Gets it! 3,881 damage. Anna Kolobanov. Thank you very much. That is how it is done. Crazy Horse 90. That's a cool name. And it's a mastery badge. Mastery in the KV3. Nashorn, Floki 257. Good damage. The Immortal Mate. Is that 68%? Low battle count though. Maybe a reroll. Let's see. Advanced Polish armor. Called it. There we go. I know my clan tags. I know what I'm talking about. So we've still got some time. So much time. General call for replays. Oh. And we've got a replay here from DMG, Dark Magician Girl, in the 263. Another turretless TD. I have no idea. I don't understand how players can play turretless vehicles. It blows my mind. DMG, the illustrious team leader, clan leader as well, I believe, 4 straight. The wildcard team. Well, I say wildcard, kind of like the not the Ascent wildcard, but kind of the wildcard in the pure sense of the phrase. In the top 8 online competitors for Twister 2018 North America. The ST1s calling left, DMG certainly know their way around the battlefield, calling right, and I think that is a good call. Certainly you don't want to let the enemies with the Leopard and the Cent 7 and 1 get in behind you. Dimitri Gamer going off on his own sim. We'll see how that goes. And Royal Booms, the 121B Invincible, glorious camouflage that is. Absolutely, definitely the fanciest camo. And the IS-8 is down to the T-57 already. The green team about to be eaten alive in the city. DMG, that's potentially 930 damage already. The blind shot did connect and he gets a very generous roll. Oh my goodness me. DMG, they got a very, very generous roll. And oh no, the 121 Invincible caught fire. DMG is just in all sorts of trouble now. The Leopard, oh, the Leopard hits that wall. That's a little bit of a blessing there. DMG, that was a cheeky shot with a high explosive. There's the Scent. Scent coming in. DMG. Can DMG angle up to both targets? Probably not. The Leopard might get another one in, but DMG can shut down the Scent 7 and 1. There's the Leopard. The Leopard does get one in, but the Leopard is now easy pickings. DMG racking up those kills. It's now 4 on 5 in the favor of the red team. VT, DMG has already got HE in the chamber. Nice snapshot. Bounced. Crucial bounce. 268. Opa Krugman coming in for support. There's still a 183 somewhere on the red team, probably in the TD bush, which is still putting DMG in one-shot territory. DMG now looking to farm some damage at range. 4k damage on the table. Now getting stuck into the enemy. Or bounces. Should have stayed zoomed in there. I think that's too long a range to make snapshots at. The IS-7 pulling back. Not quite. Not quite. But there is the T-57 Heavy. It's a 3 on 4. There's the 183. Danger. Dimitri Gamer, the SD1 that led the team on a fool's errand into the city, is down. The 183 getting pushed by the 268. 183 not looking at DMG. Now looking at DMG. DMG bounces. And DMG very happy to be alive right now. Certainly, if the 183 had got Hesh loaded there, it might have been a different story. There's the IS-7. DMG. Top gun. Blocking close to 2k. 5.4k damage inflicted. DMG is, I mean, just in terms of how quickly this turret, this TD is pointing in the right direction, impresses me. DMG knows exactly the strengths and weaknesses of this vehicle and doesn't want to give. Now the T-57 can clip DMG. The SD1 saying, "You're going for a mastery?" Potentially DMG is. Now the 268 has been targeted by the T-57. Gets round just in time. Speed boost dropped by DMG. Nice shot in. Is he looking to get another shot into the T-57? I don't think he'll get it. He will look for the ST. Gets it. 268 now can turn. Gets one hit in from the T-57. The T-57 is either on a drum reload, or it should be now 2 shots from the T-57 fired. He's either got one in the chamber or is on a 20-second drum reload. It's pushing down. Dimitri Gamer has quickly changed their tune. Snapshot fluffed. T-57, a 2-shot. DMG, a 2-shot. DMG with the better armor profile for this kind of engagement. Is on a reload. No. T-57 doing everything that you want him to do. Slow. Needed to be quick off the draw. The 263 will punish him. 6 kill, 7k damage. If that's not a mastery, I don't know. I don't know. It is a mastery. How could it be anything else? Stunning performance by GMG. A good promo for the Straight Clan there. Very strong performance. Certainly 7k games. They are not easy to come by, even for professional players. Still something that they have to work very hard to reach. Now we've still got 10 minutes to go. Let's have a look at the other maps. Now, we said, what was it? We need to have a little break from the replays. Dynasty's Pearl. We've had a look at the Dynasty's Pearl map. Faust. Do I have a Faust briefing? I do. Fantastic. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Wonderful. Let's go over to Faust. Now, Faust is another newish map. It's getting less new, but it's great to see Wargaming bringing in another 4-cap map. I think we've got the classic of Canal and Himmelsdorf, and now we've got Faust and Normandy, which are also 4-cap maps. I think that's it. Not sure. But this is a very interesting map design for 2 reasons. Well, one, it's a 4-cap map. 3 reasons. One, it's a 4-cap map, which is just interesting in and of itself. The main thing, however, to note is, and we've got our little yellow pointer on the go here, there are 3 caps in this kind of triangle area here. Teams from the south spawn have got a quick pass to D, from the north spawn a quick pass to C. It is possible to crossfire resets from C to D. Teams do need to be aware of that. There's nice corner control positions up here, a little bit exposed. You can get punished on the crossing from these multi-level areas. That's the second interesting, well, the third interesting thing is this game has got with the number of ramps and kind of multi-levels and paths under and around your opponents, you can really perform some very interesting maneuvers and shenanigans, especially at the team level, when you're coordinated and you're working as a cohesive unit. So, going back to the caps, these 3 quite clustered together. I actually spoke to Zerd from R2K. We were watching back some of the games from the EU server, the Eros versus R2K in the first half, I believe, some of the earlier games. And Zerd was saying that actually the B cap is a very important cap on this map because you can get a very sneaky surprise advantage in terms of cap control and also map control. It is possible to cap B, and then I'm not sure exactly where the positions are, but somewhere here you can squirrel your tank away after capping B and put yourself in a position where for the enemy to dig you out, they have to come in through all the lines of fire of your team. So B actually, for the pros, is, I mean, you don't see it used a lot early game in randoms, but for the pros, this is a linchpin area. Now A, obviously, it's a bit of a stretch away from the spawns and also the other maps. Controlling this area, this is the kind of the go-to area in randoms. If you can clear this out, get a couple of guns advantage, and then flush your way through, either back into the enemy spawn or back through your spawn, you've got lots of options. But it is important to control it in Clan Wars. Obviously, you can't leave bases unattended. Teams can capitalize on that and start putting cap pressure against you, which forces you into unfavorable situations. But at the same time, it's always a balancing act. Like, how many tanks do you commit? If you send 1, if they run into 2, they could get deleted. If you send too many, then you're at a weakness, a disadvantage in other parts of the map. So for me, this map, between the kind of multi-level, the strange layout of the 4-cap, it's just such a unique map. In terms of its gameplay style, it's horribly difficult to cast because there are so many different lanes of fire from different levels. I'm not even 100% familiar myself with where different areas can get shots into. So it's difficult to kind of keep track of the action. There's lots of brawls, lots of sniping happening simultaneously, and the trick is to kind of understand where the effective DPM for teams are, and the teams that kind of master that art form on this map most effectively typically, I think, come out top. But at the same time, just a spanner in the work, Faust does present the opportunity for very good rush plays. Lots of those kind of channels, rush and pincer plays. We've seen a lot of that on the Russian server. And actually, I believe it was C4 versus Win in the wildcard tournament following on from the top echelon championships. C4 showed just what a Russian focus fire team can do on Faust. So Faust, it's a nice map. It's horrible to cast. It's hard to cast, but it is great to watch gameplay on it. And let's just now see what's the other map, Naval Frontier. We're seeing it's really nice to see Wargaming bring in different maps into the rotation. The metas were being very dominantly established on other maps. And then let's see, we're going now to Naval Frontier. There we go. Naval Frontier. Now, I don't know if you've been watching. We've been watching. We've seen some games. We've seen some really cool games. Let's go here. It is possible to boost a grill onto a hill on this map. It involves a mouse and an IS-4. Aeros have done it, and I think they did it versus Win. They put a Win or another team. We've seen it's possible to get a grill up here, and the grill has shots 4 days. I believe that is the technical term once it's up here. And that is from the north spawn. I'm not sure if there's a possibility to do it from the south spawn. Maybe there is. The teams have probably experimented with it. So if it is possible, we might see it from either spawn, although it is a bit risky. The boost strats, like Raid did on Fort Despair in the Twister offline finals in Minsk, it can work very well, or it can leave you caught in the open with a significant situational positional disadvantage. So what we'll typically see on this map, if we get to this map, of course, this is being the third map, we'll need we'll need to make sure that there isn't a clean sheet walkover between Raid and R2K to get to this one. Typically, you'll see 1, 2, or 3 tanks sent up here to kind of control the sea area. It's a nice kind of jousting game over here. We've seen 50Bs used very ineffectively here. This area suits the T110E5, WZ113, or fast mediums that can kind of engage and then bounce out very quickly, the 50Bs. I think it was Aero sent the 50Bs here. They just got stuck. I think Aeros will win. Send 50Bs here. It didn't work very well at all. They didn't trade effectively. The tall armor profile, very soft armor profile of the MX-50B, the French heavy clipper tank, just didn't trade effectively, and then on the drum reload was vulnerable to the rush. So here it's a bit of another balancing act in terms of map control, and this is what the EU server is renowned for, at least in my books. So I'm keeping my eye now on the clock for that invite. It will be coming through any minute. So C is it's the medium cap. Bat chats, there's a nice little bush here as well. Soft cover, camouflage. You can send a very fast tank, maybe a Leopard, Bat chat, or an AMX-30B, that new premium vehicle, which has proven to be actually quite useful in Clan Wars. Can get here. Alternatively, you can dig in slower with a slightly heavier lineup, maybe a double IS-4 or a 113. Can get there, hull down to contest C. B is a bit of a fool's gambit. You can cap it, but it's not easy to hold, and it does quickly turn into kind of this gravitational pull, drawing in tanks from the C and the A flank into a brawl here in this pit on Naval Frontier. On randoms, you have the heavies fighting off here in these little flanking lanes. This area not so much used in Clan Wars. You do try and sometimes see bat chats with the fast cap strats, trying to take as quick and as efficient as line as possible into A, for a quick cap on A. Typically the teams here, they're trying to suss out where the other team is going on this map. I think that's really important, more so on this map than on other maps, because you need to control caps, but you also need to control... This is true of all maps, but I'm trying to emphasize here that it's particularly true on Naval Frontier. You need to be super confident about where the bulk of your enemy's forces are, whilst at the same time making sure that you aren't caught out of position. It's a surprisingly large map in terms of how long it can take to get from one part to another, and there's lots of kind of depressions, undulating terrain, kind of in and around in an X shape around the B area. So it's an interesting game. So and we've got the room invite here is now as well. So actually I'm very excited for these maps. It's going to be absolutely fantastic to see these play out. And we are watching R2K versus Raid. My hunch was correct. Now, Dynasty's Pearl, let's pay attention to the lineups. Hopefully these guys get ready pretty sharpish. I'm just keeping an eye on the chat. There we go. A good chunk of you watching on my channel. Not sure how many are watching on Wargaming's channel. Hopefully, similarly, another good chunk of people tuned in for the action. And we're now just waiting for people to ready up. R2K will be starting off on the south spawn. Oh, didn't mean to click on that. R2K will be starting off on the south spawn. Raid will be starting off on the north spawn. It doesn't look like Raid are doing any kind of boosting shenanigans here. R2K are still kind of deciding on their lineup. This, of course, this is probably going to be a very, very close game. I'm not expecting any of these games to be over too quickly. We saw R2K bully easy in a couple of matches. Certainly, they shouldn't be able to do this versus Raid. Not at this stage. Both teams currently one win into the double eliminations. They can technically afford to lose this one, and then they can beat the winner of Eros and Easy to then have a rematch with their opponent from this round in the grand final. One of these teams is going through to the grand finals. Certainly, these guys are assured second or third place at the bare minimum. The Eros and Easy clans playing it out at the moment. One of them will knock the other out into fourth place, the only spot in the top four which doesn't have a cash prize. Of course, the cash prize, the gold reward, the credits, the coins, all the good stuff, best for first place, significantly best for first place, if we're being honest. But we're now just waiting. We've got 2.5 minutes to go. Raid. Now you can see the Jaeger. This is just worth bearing in mind how important it can be for... That's the dog. You can just bear in mind how important it can be, these slight meta changes. Now, the Jaeger, it was only reworked very slightly, buffed in a... not in a tremendous way. It had kind of some modest improvements to the gun traverse, and I think the overall kind of chassis, the whole traverse numbers in general. I haven't gone into the changes too much. I haven't had time to do that, unfortunately, but it's been buffed enough that it is now featuring quite regularly in the esports lineup, and I think that's one of the truest tests of a successful rebalancing, is if a tank goes from not featuring in the esports meta to then being included. Certainly we saw that from 2016 with the meds being dominant, and then the heavies following Pramo nerfs and reworkings of armor and things. Heavies then became dominant, and now we're seeing all tank classes featuring in pretty much every game. So I think at the moment Wargaming are doing really well in terms of tier 10 balance. Just from an objective meta overview, certainly their goal to have as many different vehicle classes used consistently seems to be going to plan. Now, R2K are playing a glass cannon lineup. We've got a triple IS-4, double 50B, double Batchat. There's a lot of punch there, but the burst damage with the soft French chassis, it is a glass cannon. There is, make no bones about it, it can work very well, or it can backfire tremendously. And Raid certainly will be ready to put the pressure on R2K if R2K make any mistakes with this very finicky lineup. Raid, on the other hand, much more sturdy, reliable lineup. We've got a T22 medium and as well a core of IS-4s and 113s, two apiece. The Mouse and Jaegeru, super heavy is the Jaegeru with a tremendous punching power. Will be very interesting to watch. It's exciting. I am excited, let us say that. And we are going in 1 second on the clock. Take that opportunity to have a sip. And we're into Dynasty's Pearl. Ooh. Thank you, Ampcoil, for the update. 300 peeps watching on Wargaming channel. Hello to people on Wargaming's channel. Hello to people on my channel. We are now seeing R2K Red Team South Spawn versus Raid Blue Team North Spawn. And R2K making a very ambitious play here into the city. And Winch, we said Bat Chats can do it quickly. Good lord. And he's going to get flushed. Sick doesn't quite connect. General takes an absolute... Then that's messy. The Jaegeru does what it was put on the table to do. And Raid with a 1k HP advantage we're seeing. And now JP in the T22 uncatchable. Backed up by Django in the 113. Capping C. They should get C before R2K get A. Fractional R2K stacked 3 tanks onto A. They almost pipped Raid for the cap lead. Raid now ahead. Raid with a nice lineup here. Toby, Bia, and Messi off on Raid's right flank. And the IS-4s, or the IS-4, the 113s, the T-22. Nice little grid formation here over C. Now JP has spotted up the 50Bs. And an IS-4 push coming from R2K. Drizzle, potentially, to get some shots in. Drizzle pulling back. Firing a little bit too soon. Winch getting stuck into JP. JP having to get out of dodge. Manages it. No Party's got 2 in the chamber, but he is about to push into a very, well, a full lineup. Well, we've got the 1 Mo with 2 in the chamber. This is the burst damage. R2K are the first faster. Look at the minimap. The Mouse and Jaeger are out of the fight. R2K have a 2-gun advantage situationally here. It's all happening. No Parties on a drum reload. General should be able to take down Drizzle. He's got 1. He's got another one. Potentially if Nico. Oh, Nico keeping it close. R2K. They've got a big hit point deficit. First gun advantage. It's been tied up. Second gun advantage. Guns tied. It's broken down into a brawl around C. I didn't think this would happen. Now JP and Toby are here. The Mouse and the Jaegeru are going to start bullying that soft R2K lineup. I think Raid have got a good advantage here. R2K need to keep their soft tanks alive, but actually it's a 5-on-3. Raid need to shut down the Clippers ASAP. 6 looking for Winch. Or is Object 3 the call? And actually maybe R2K. They've got the 50Bs on the reload. The 1 Mo is now on a drum reload. Can Toby shut him down? No, he can't. Toby's looking. Oh, it's carnage, and now it is just Toby left. Raid were looking strong, but R2K, the Clippers, they got the burst damage reloaded. And now, well, the Mouse, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. R2K lead on cap points. They're going to get C. Deniak will get the cap pressure. Toby's got about as much HP as the 1 Mo, no Party, and Deniak, but the 50Bs have got 6 shots between them. Deniak will lead the charge. No Party's going to come in on the flank. Lands 1. He's going to be landing 2. Toby's going down. Brilliant play by R2K. Keeping the Clippers alive until the end. Clippers certainly favoring the late game. Burst damage being much more effective against tanks at 50% HP and below, rather than tanks starting off with a full pool of hit points. And you can see the 50B, no Party playing very aggressive early on, pushing 3k. Close game, very, very close game. Much closer than the hit points would have suggested. There was a moment there at the 5 versus 3 scenario in R2K's favor where Raid, if they'd shut down the 50Bs, might have been able to manage it. They didn't quite convert those low hit point tanks into guns off the board and kills. So we've got Hamish the Ham, Ghidorah, Wasio9, the Airman Dude. Lots of great people in chat. Grumbly is here as well. Thank you, buddy, as always, for your help. Mud People, Nike SB, Mecha Nox, Irma Bex. Fantastic stuff. The chat is alive and kicking. Do make sure to like the video, subscribe to both channels, both Wargaming's official World of Tanks Blitz channel for us English speakers, and also my YouTube channel. Would be very kind. But now going in, R2K returning the favor. Double Jaegerus from R2K. It's a new meta for me, but with triple 140s. It's lovely to see how the lineups are evolving through time. Raid sticking with what looks to be exactly Raid, taking exactly the same lineup to the table. R2K with the 1 point advantage at the moment, stepping away from the Clippers, going into a double Jaegeru. The question is, can they use that effectively? I'm not sure where the Jaegeru is best suited to on this map. Maybe R2K are going to make a city push in towards the A-B area, or maybe they're going to focus their attentions again on C. Certainly with the triple 140s, they've got that option on the table, and the triple 140s should be able to bully the T22 if the T22 overextends into medium territory. We're in. R2K, red team at north spawn. Raid, blue team, south spawn.
Let's get this show on the road.
And we'll follow Zerd, team captain for R2K. And it looks like, well, the 140s are going to be making a play. Let's switch over to Deniak. No, we won't. He's hit a wall. Let's switch over to General. It looks like the 140s, well, Deniak and General making a play in the 140s for A. They're going for a quick cap. The other 140, Winch, coming back that way. Zerd in the IS-4 making his way for A. Object 3, the other IS-4 backing him up. Zerd quick into A. The Jaegerus locking down, double Jaegerus will lock down this B lane. A little bit of a risky play here. No one on the rear of the Jaegerus. The Jaegerus could get pincered if Raid get aware of what R2K are doing early enough. R2K though, with a very strong position, good cap lead. Zerd will need to make sure that he doesn't overextend. He could lose a lot of HP on that hill. No party. And the one Mo facing the same way, vulnerable to a push. Raid with a 15-point cap deficit. Toby in the mouse playing very passively in the backfield, relatively isolated, but certainly out of harm's way for the time being. Raid stacking up Django, Messi, and Sick here on the corner. Toby, the mouse, they know where, certainly Deniak and Winch know where he are. Now Raid, they need to make the move. Great hit by Toby into Winch. The pressure is on Raid. Let's see the rotations. The 113s and the mouse are coming into... Well, the 113s, the IS-4 are coming in to support the mouse. The mouse is advancing. At the same time, we've got Drizzle and JP patient on B. Messi and the Jaegeru kind of mirroring the 1-Mo and no party. Drizzle's pushed into B. That's triggered the 1-Mo and no party. And Messi will come in support. Messi's looking... Is he moving in? Puts a big hit into Object 3. But Drizzle is now the call. He's being pushed by Zerd. General, the 140s are flexing in background. They're looking, R2K are looking to get the early gun advantages here. And Deniak and General, they'll burn down Drizzle very quickly. Drizzle, an extremely dangerous player in the Raid roster. But make no mistake, Raid have answered in force. They're leading in gun in terms of hit points. They're not leading in terms of guns. Raid now flipping the table. Both teams, and it's the first move. Winch, taken down to a one-shot. He was looking for C. It wasn't happening. Or looking to get past at least. And Raid, JP in the T22. He's gone for C, for A, sorry. And Raid with a nice, they've traded so effectively here. They've got both caps, cap lead. Well, the cap lead is coming. They are a gun down, but they've got a good 2k hit point lead. R2K are bringing it back. They're pushing into B. I'm not sure how much of a good idea this is. Toby could go down to no party here if no party can push in aggressively. Oh, he tracks Bia. That's not ideal. Toby's looking to get shocks into no party. R2K have got B. No party gets some critical bounces. Zerd's looking very low. Objects pushing in. And at the same time, we've got the meds flanking in through the back. They're looking to get control on all three caps. No party's gone down to Messi. And we've lost JP to Deniak. It's a 4-on-4 situation. But the hit points are so far in the favor of Raid. And Beer, well, it looks like Messi's going to shut down Object 3. He does. And now Beer is getting into B. A is still Raids. Bia takes down the one Mo. Deniak, it's just two 140s on the table with 1,000 HP between them. Winch and Deniak. Deniak, well, Sick takes down Winch. Deniak will be going down. There's no two ways about it. Raid responding in force. We're tied up 1 for 1. Raid just trading more effectively throughout. I'm not sure how that happened. I think R2K's push into B early on, the first kind of push that we saw when Drizzle came into B, they just bled too many hit points in that initial engagement, and were always chasing that on the back foot. Although they did pick up the early kill on Drizzle. You can see poor Drizzle here, the sacrificial lamb. They did pick up the early kill. It put them into it cost them too much. It cost them too much, that push. And really great call by Raid. And Toby, unsung hero, off on the flank, really controlling that part of the map by himself, giving Raid the leverage to execute that great flank and counter push in behind R2K when they barreled across B into Drizzle in the IS-4. But it's 1-1. We're coming out now of Dynasty's Pearl into Faust. We can expect some faster gameplay. I would be surprised if we see any Jaegeroos on this map. E50Ms, 50Bs, Batchats, and Russian mediums should be the order of the day. Backed up maybe by some 268s and general. Well, that's your standard Clan Wars tournaments roster right there. Would be a surprise to see the 215B come into Faust. There are some positions for it, but certainly it's not as strong as an E50M in general in most places of the map. So R2K Raid tied 1 for 1 coming out of Dynasty's Pearl. Oof. And now we are waiting. Oh, R2K. A last minute change in the lineup. They're living dangerously. We're going in. Once more, the honor without his professional avatar. Shame. Shame. I expect to see nothing but gold from the teams here tonight. R2K, red team, south spawn. Raid, blue team, north spawn. R2K, 150B, Batchat, E50M, IS4, 268, 140, 113. Raid, double IS7, double E50M. It's interesting to see the IS7s featuring a little bit more. And both teams, it looks like R2K are going to get the D before Raid gets C. But at the same time, Raid, the E50Ms are pushed deep behind A. JP gets a nice bounce off Deniak. And now R2K going to make a push for B. Yes, they are. This is what we said potentially could happen if R2K can exploit the B cap. Look, there's no one here who can threaten Winch. Winch will walk away with the B cap. And in the Batchat, it's so mobile, he can probably get out of dodge very quickly indeed. Now, Beer in the IS-7 is going to cap A, but we are going to see potentially a cap lead here in the favor. No, Raid hold on to the cap lead just by the skin of their teeth, and Winch actually got punished there in the back chat for the B cap. R2K now on the back foot. Winch getting blind fired by Django. And for Raid, we've got a cluster of 3 here. The Batchat 25T, Sick in the 268, so the 2 TDs covering C. The Batchat from Raid rotating around to D. The IS-7s and E50Ms playing on A. Zerd's pushing in aggressively. Now he can get the cap stop here, and he doesn't need to. Oh, we're seeing a push. We're seeing a push. Who are they going for? Zerd's pushing through. R2K are pushing through. Beer is getting deleted. Beer's hanging on. The one Mo got punished. Taken down by Toby. It's a gun down apiece, but R2K are leading in terms of the hit point stakes. They've also picked up a second kill. The E50Ms, the TDs have set up a nice gun line here. Toby's flanking in through the back. No Party's looking very low. It's Toby going to pick up No Party. 2 guns down, but we've just lost JP in the E50M. R2K, a nice cluster. It's a 5-on-4, but Raid now leading with the hit points, but Messi is looking low. Deniak getting a ram kill. Sick will have a shot in the chamber. Can he finish off Deniak? I think he will. He does. Great target priority. He's getting pushed. Will he drop off the ledge? He does. It costs him 74 HP, but it's a good trade. The Honor's behind Django. It's a 3-on-3. It's going very, very close indeed. It looks like Django's going to get a big shot into objects. 800, it's a max roll. The Honor in the 140, looking to finish off Django. And now it is a Batchat with one more shot in the chamber versus the Honor. The Honor doesn't quite pick up the bounce. The Batchat, 1000 HP versus 687 HP between the Honor. Oh my goodness me. Toby, run Toby. The Honor is going to get a big hit. Object gets a big hit. Yes. And that was the 268 there. His dying move was to take that shot. Object 3 in the 268, putting a huge hit into Toby, setting up the Honor for the kill shot. And just to put this into perspective, the Honor is an 80% win rate player with 72,000 battles. Like, that is insane. But Raid now... Sorry, I'm a little bit busy. Raid now on the back foot. Of course, best of 7 being 2-1 down isn't such a big deal. Of course, if this was best of 5, it would now be match point. And for those of you who know me, I am a huge advocate of higher best of number formats. Certainly, I think best of 5 should be the minimum from most engagements, other than the kind of initial stages of a strongest versus weakest matchmaker, where best of 3 is sufficient. But here, and in like grand finals, for example, the qualifiers, best of 5, the minimum, best of 7 that we're seeing in this double elimination top 4 format, very good. And the best of 9 grand final that will be held, I believe, on Saturday, the 27th of April. Well, that is a whole lot of win. And R2K, well, triple 50Bs, double 140s. This is what we're saying. R2K running very fast, very aggressive lineups. Raid still bringing Jaegeroos, E3s. Raid, the slower, more armored, kind of better paced team. R2K, that glass cannon format. They've proved they know how to make it work. But I am, triple 50Bs. It's such a knife edge. It can go so well, or it can fall so flat on its face. But certainly all the guys in the R2K roster this year are superb players. And if anyone can make a glass cannon lineup work, it is R2K. And now they'll be seeing each other's lineups for the first time. R2K will be thinking, okay, we know we've got them on speed. Raid will be thinking, okay, we know that R2K are bringing a lot of burst damage to the table. We need to make sure that we're not isolated, that we don't overextend. These are the kind of thought processes going through the heads of the players and the commanders on the field. Now the 50Bs, expect them to stick together. There is about 3,000 damage. There is not a tank in the game that 350Bs can't burn down. Deniak gets a nice bounce on Drizzle. And Bia takes a huge hit. And that was from Object 3. Was it from Object 3? It must have been from one of the TDs. And there's only one TD. And the 50Bs, they were going for B, but the 1Mo's already bled a bit of damage. Dodges a big shot from Sick in the 268. R2K with the quick cap on A. The 140s and 50Bs carving out that Raid. Playing pretty slow. I think they've kind of lost. They had the opportunity to get a cap lead here, but you see this. They know R2K have the burst damage. Look how clustered they are. They know that if they get separated, if they get caught out of position, the 50Bs will end them. But it's a good job. They've taken the 1Mo down to 1.2k damage. that reduces his effectiveness significantly. The soft target that is the 50B does not like having a shallow hit point pool. And Toby now spotting through here. And now it is JP to push up. And Winch shot by Toby. Toby connecting. R2K, they bled quite a bit of hit points. B is the only one to lose HP from Raid's side. Winch deciding that he wants none of the C action. R2K and the Honor, well, he'll have an important role. Object 3 is the heavy hitter for R2K. It's going to be probably the first real kind of standoffish kind of game that we've had this evening. R2K, they want B, they can't have it. Raid potentially could take C. They're not sure if they could get it. Where's Zerd going? That's an interesting question. Zerd playing passively. The 50Bs waiting in the backfield. We talked about these kind of bait strats. The 50Bs here are a sucker punch in the making. What R2K want is for Raid to think that the Honor is alone, push through, and then the 50Bs will come out and catch a Raid tank in the open. But Raid are no slouches. They know that is probably the case. They know the 50Bs are on the table. They won't be making silly mistakes like that. Now Drizzle potentially, no. It's very passive. R2K with the cap lead, getting A before Raid got D. Raid rotating their forces round through C. Toby, the Batchat, the fastest tank, he can quickly retreat to the bulk of Raid's forces whilst also spotting effectively. The Honor taking pot shots here at Drizzle. And it looks like Raid are putting pressure on C at the same time. Zerd is making that critical move for B. Gets a HE reset. Messi is taking a bit of damage. Raid will stack up the cap lead potentially here. But it's cost them a lot of HP. No, they don't. R2K, Zerd, great timing. Gets B just in time to hold on to the cap lead. Raid, all 7 of their tanks, with the exception, 6 of the tanks with the exception of Toby, in this kind of pocket between D and C. Now, is this an effective area to defend from? Toby's got good eyes over the left flank out from D. At the same time, JP, the E50Ms can play. The E50M IS4s can play nice positions over C. R2K can hold. R2K can afford to hold. But certainly the team that can kind of put the first cap pressure or make the first move at the right time will have a tremendous advantage going into the late phases of this game. Raid will need to get a cap stop, probably on B, or take down a gun. Now Zerd on B offers them the opportunity for both. Django takes a hit from Object 3. Nice HE roll there from the 268 Chaser. And Zerd, look at this, he's dug in. No one can get him there on B without exposing themselves to the gun line. Winch is calling attention to this kind of the section between D and A. There's not really anything there. We know Toby is there, but there's no support. If Raid make a push, it's going to be through into the 50Bs. We've got a minute, just under 2 minutes of playtime left. R2K are in a very, very strong position here. R2K, and it looks like Drizzle will be making a play for B. Great connection into Deniak. That was nice. And Drizzle making a stop on B. It's going to be, is it too early? Have they triggered it too early? Zerd narrowly dodges a shot from the Jaegeru. Raid have got the cap lead fractionally. R2K need to respond. They're looking for a gun. The 50Bs are pushing in through the middle, but there is Sick and Bia. Oh, no party is looking low. No party is too low. He can't push. Drizzle, if Drizzle goes down, or if he can take down No Party. Oh, but Zerd's gone down. He got deleted by Messi and the Jaegeru. It's all happening. The 50Bs and the Honor Can he get this vital cap stop? It's not enough. Raid with a great play on B. R2K just too sluggish. The cap stop for Raid. They took it to R2K. And now Raid tying it up. 2-2. One game for each team. First on Dynasty's Pearl. And then on Faust. Now we're going to Naval Frontier. Are we on track for another tiebreak? Certainly these two teams, when they first met, R2K won 3-2. Then when they met in the second fixture of the round robin phase, Raid won 3-2. They're as evenly matched as it comes when it comes to head-to-head results. And neither team can afford to underestimate the other. This is... We've got a minute to go. They're going to be looking at their lineups. Oh my goodness me. And just a little bit of housekeeping on my channel. Please do behave, the mods. They see you. I love all of you very dearly that are in chat. But I do trust the mods' judgment when it comes to disputes. So please do behave yourselves there. Of course, on the Wargaming server, don't annoy Wargaming. That's what I've got to say about that. That would be a truly foolish thing to do. 20 seconds to go. R2K 57s. Now, we haven't seen a lot of the T57 being used in the tournament at all. So seeing two of them being brought onto the table at the same time as double bat chat, double 50B, or single 50B, my apologies, with an IS-7. Zerd loves that IS-7. This is absolutely cracking. Raid. We've got JP back in the T22 uncatchable. Raid with a much more traditional lineup of double IS-4, double 113, 268 Batchat Musketeer. R2K with these experimental curveball stratagems that they're rocking. Absolutely insane. There's no party. Is he going to be the player barreling into C early? We'll have to wait and see. It looks like R2K and Raid have got the same idea. Mutually spotted Messi and No Party. No Party, of course, faster into C. No one playing. Oh no, not true. There's a T-57s and the IS-7 3 tanks from R2K up here. Object 3 and Deniak in the T-57, Zerd in the IS-7. Now Raid haven't made a play for A or B. They are on the back foot. Teams tied up 2 for 2. Of course, the first team to 4 takes it. Now at the last, 50 seconds into the match, it's Toby in the 113, backed up by Bia. Bia takes a hit from the 1-mo, the 50B, spotted, doesn't trade effectively. Bia gets out the best from that engagement, but fractionally. Now, R2K with a 65-point cap lead. That is a 1 kill difference. That would 1 kill would swing it back in the favor of Raid, bearing in mind that a kill is plus 40 for the killing team, minus 40 for the killed team. So anything under that 40 points, anything under that 80-point difference is swingable in a single kill. So it's not a tremendous lead, but it is enough to give R2K the breathing space and winch the 313 camo. My favorite camo on the mouse, if we're being honest. Playing a very cheeky, this is a TD spot typically, or your medium tanks will rock here in randoms. And he's playing this very well and might get a shot into Toby if Toby peeks. Surely Toby knows he's there. It looks like Raid are now stacking for push across the top. Toby deciding he doesn't want any of that. I don't want to miss the action. Toby will take a shot for sure. Zerd. He's got some good angles here. T-57's stacked nicely behind him. And Django under the radar, backed up by Drizzle into C. Raid taking the lead out from underneath R2K. That's what we said, heavy tanks hold down. They've got the room to work that C cap. And Zerd gets punished in a crossfire. 977 HP. Took a hit there from Sick and Messi. The 268 and Batchat respectively. R2K, no slouches. Winch on B, General on A. It's a 2-cap advantage to R2K. But now they are going to get rushed. Zerd, Object 3, Deniak. Now the question is, do they turn and fight or do they run? No Party takes a hammering. Raid leading in terms of hit points. The 57s bleeding. The 57s. They've got the burst DPM potential here, but now they're on a drum reload. Deniak on the run reload. Zerd is down. B is down, but now the 57s are in trouble. Here comes Messi. Messi takes a hit on the crossing. Drizzle, Django, all pushing in. They're calling Object 3. Object 3 will go down before he gets the drum in. He's down. Deniak might be able to take down Messi. That's probably the one he's looking for. Shot blocked by Django. Oh, hits the gun of Messi. One more in the chamber. But he's going down. There's nothing he can do versus those three. JP and 6 still on the table. Toby with C looking to get stuck in. Deniak's down. It's now a 6-on-4, but it's 2 caps on 1. R2K still ahead on cap points, but they probably will lose this one unless Winch. No, he can't. Toby takes him down, but he gets the ram kill on Messi. General coming in, looking for Messi. The batch at 25T. Does he get it? He does. Can he run? JP now will probably burn him down. The one mo's gone down to 6. It's a 5-on-2. Surely Raid can't lose this one. Double bat chats. It's not enough. Surely it's not enough. The cavalry has come round the corner. JP, but it's going to be Drizzle to shut down. No Party. Last man standing, General. And that glass cannon lineup. The T-57's just not effective enough in that position. And General will be going down to Toby. He won't get the drum reload in time. The 113 will chase him down. Picks up the kill. Amazing. Raid taking the lead for the first time this evening versus R2K. It is now, and look at that, I mean, Raid just dominating the hit point game. I think the double T-57's burst damage effective offensively alone without the IS-7 for support, not a good defensive situation. Zerd going down really opened up the floodgates for Raid to barrel into the T-57s. R2K's forces a little bit too separate. Certainly Winch in the mouse, very capable tank, but just too slow, not able to support. And the double bat chats, again, burst damage, useful offensively, but on the back foot, very difficult to utilize that effectively. And that's where the glass cannon can fall down. If you lose momentum, if you lose impetus, if you then have to start clawing your way back from a hit point or cap point deficit. Well, no, from a hit point deficit. Cap point deficit, burst damage, fine. But from a hit point deficit, burst damage, really a liability. And teams like Raid know that and will hammer home that advantage. They will just barrel the heavy tanks in and try and nail you to the wall. Now, Raid looks like they've got a nice lineup here with the Leopard 1 E50M core heavies with some TD support. R2K stepping away from the experimental lineup, going full Russian. Triple IS-4, triple 140, 268, 268, the most reliable TD in the current meta by and large. In terms of advantages, R2K with the 3 mediums will pip Raid in a medium engagement, but I don't think Raid will be using the E50M and the Leopard 1 in synergy. They'll be doing different things in different parts of the map, probably. Remains to be seen. Going back into Naval Frontier, swapping the spawns, match point to Raid. Raid potentially going through to the grand finals if they win this one. Will be going through to a tiebreaker though, if R2K are able to claw it back 3-3 versus Raid. R2K, red team south spawn, Raid, blue team north spawn. And we've got our free cam set to turbo mode. And let's go and see what's happening here in the Raid camp. Now, is that a boost? That's a boost! Yes! No! Yes! Yes! Raid with a boost! There is a Leopard 1 on a hill. It doesn't rhyme as well as Grill on a hill. But they did it. Now Django's bled some HP to Winch. Deniak, Zerd, triple IS-4 stacking B. The Honor was close to getting A. Doesn't quite manage it. No Party getting shots into Messi. And R2K and Raid pretty much neck and neck in terms of hit points. R2K, the Honor's looking for A. Toby, this is such a cheeky position. I mean, he could survive here indefinitely, pretty much. Certainly there's lots of places to hide here. Now, do R2K know he's there? That's the question. R2K clustered effectively, avoiding the mistakes of the first game. R2K were, well, they were very much separated before. Now they're not. Winch getting vision over this flank here. There's no one there, but certainly R2K don't know that, and it is to their advantage to have that awareness. Now, Deniak potentially could get focused. Toby's been spotted. R2K know he's on a hill. Sick gets a nice shot into the 1-mo. Zerd now rotating a healthier tank into the mix. Takes one from Messi. The IS-4s they need to hold. They need to spot. But I don't think they can trade effectively at range versus the HE of the 268 and the pure gun handling of the E50M. Messi. R2K with a 200-point cap lead. The T22. Nice play by Deniak. No Party takes a hit from Toby. Toby sniping very effectively in the Leopard 1. He'll need to make sure that he doesn't overreach. Bia in trouble. Django making a play for B. Django getting punished on the crossing. Zerd now coming in to brawl Django. Does he have support? He takes a hit from Drizzle. Zerd playing very aggressively. Oh, Zerd's in trouble. Django's in more trouble though. Gun advantage to R2K. Zerd needs to stay safe. At the same time, we've got Winch brawling JP, the T22. Probably outplaying the 140 here on the hill. R2K just need to hold strong though. They've got a really solid cap lead. If they can just survive, they're taking down Beer and Toby. Now they're 50 points on the goal. They've taken down Messi and that's enough. And you can see here the 140 comprehensively outplayed by the T22. But the action, the critical stuff, all on B. And R2K tied up 3 for 3. Yes. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I'm accepting friend requests. I'm denying platoon requests. It's the order of the day. It's just how it is. I'm a busy man. I don't know if you can see this. And yeah, look at this. A nice boost strat, but Toby in the Leopard 1. I don't know, maybe it was R2K's positioning. Wasn't that effective. Great sniping tank. Certainly, you know, if he's connected... I mean, 6 shots fired, 4 connections, that's not ideal. That's not a good 66% hit ratio. It's not ideal. But if that had been a TD, you know, if he'd still been able to get those shots off, the damage potential would have been much higher. And that's why TDs are always favored, or typically favored, for boost strats. But Raid, they are the kings of those kind of boosts, the sneaky shenanigans. And now R2K and Raid tied up 3 for 3. We're going into Black Goldfield. We've got a minute on the clock. Black Goldfield, one of the oldest maps in Clan Wars rotation. So old, it was in rotation, then wasn't out of rotation, and now it's back in. Which is nice. It's nice to see that. So R2K, we're changing it up again. Double 263. I'm not sure how they're going to use those. Now, the 263s could be effective in the cave. They could also be effective in the city down towards the lower cap. I think it's the A cap on the hill. And let's just see if I don't have a quick little map here. Yeah, it's the A cap on the hill, B cap in the middle on the road, kind of splitting the distance, very open, very exposed. That linchpin cap that we were talking about before. C in the city. And both teams with the tools to go either way. Kind of no super heavy, no super fast lineups. R2K with the double 140s, pipping Raid's STB1 in terms of mobility, but Raid bringing triple WZ113 is a Chinese heavy, a very fast, very effective DPM, relatively high DPM for a heavy tank. And you can see Raid, blue team, Southspawn dropping 4 speed boosts, R2K 3 speed boost drops, R2K going up in force. R2K really making their way up. The 140s going straight for their hunting grounds in the cave. At the same time, Raid, and that is a great call, the IS-4 there. Drizzle into B. And the 113s, they're so fast. And 3 of them, you've got 2, Django and JP, in great defensive positions. Whilst Messi is able to cap C. And that is a nice early cap point lead to Raid. They certainly have the advantage here. Now they can dig into those defensive positions with 2 caps. Drizzle, he needs to try and do something. If he stays there, he will get flanked and spanked. He'll get tanks coming down potentially either side of him. Actually, no, look at this great position here by Toby. Really nice positioning. Toby's got great vision out over here. It would cost R2K a lot of time and position to deal with him. At the same time, he's got a lot of support on the flanks. The 268 sick, even JP in the backfield can offer cover fire. Raid, though, he is not in a useful position for them. Relatively speaking, R2K have hustled back through their spawn. I guess R2K were not expecting such an aggressive city push from Raid. Now, can they make a push into B? Bia maybe will connect with Zerd or Deniak. Not able to. And let's just see, we've lost our music. We'll play the music again. We're back in the game. And R2K with a very easy cap on B. Although it might cost them Deniak and Zerd because Drizzle's coming in over the top. And Toby is coming in as well. And the IS-7s from R2K are in trouble. R2K bleeding hit points. They're 3k behind. More than Raid trading hyper effectively, taking down Deniak. Zerd's now out of position. The 1-mo in the 50B and Object 3 not really in effective positions. And the 140s and 263s will be getting out brawled potentially here. Winch really biting off more than he can chew. And Object 3 coming in to support. He's looking for Messi, but he gets a hit. Django will look to put a shot in, gets it in. Raid are all over R2K in this game. R2K pushed in exactly as Raid would have hoped. 6 going to be looking to pick up No Party, gets him. The Honor returns a favor. Now it's the Honor and Winch. Oh, they're so low. It's a 50. It's 2-to-1 HP advantage in the favor of Raid. It's so hard for R2K to come back from this. Although the Honor is going to try and ram kill JP. Doesn't get it. Winch takes him down. Messi takes down Winch. Toby's gone down the 50B's, cleaning up the 1-mo, but he is about to go down to Bia. Or is it going to be Drizzle with a final kill? Object 3 is down, Messi's down, the 1-mo is down. Last man standing is the Honor, and Raid win it. And great sportsmanship all round. R2K dropping the hammer in too many places at once, potentially kind of pushing for B and C simultaneously. Raid with the defensive position advantage, able to respond very effectively. And that is GG to both teams. Good games, very well played, one and all. But Raid coming from an initial deficit to beat R2K 4-3 in flavor with their 3-2, 2-3 games from the round robin series. Raid and R2K so evenly matched, and it would not be a surprise to see these two meet head to head in the grand finals of the Professionals Tournament 2019 European server WoT Thanks Blitz. That's a mouthful. But it wouldn't be a surprise, and that will be a best of 9. I'll take that friend request. Yeah, sure. That will be a best of 9, and that will be the surest test yet of who deserves the title, who is the crown, who is the current champion of the European server. Raid, reigning world champions, though, have a lot to prove. R2K, well, they won this time last year. They won the professional series last year, traveling to the Mobile Masters in Seattle, and putting in a very good showing there. I think losing to Pramo in the end, a very strong Pramo force in the Mobile Masters. So still everything to play for. Let's go back to my garage now, and let's go and see the results, because we know that Raid are into the grand finals. We know that R2K are going to be playing Easy or Eros. We don't know the results of that game yet. Maybe you do. I don't. We're going to find out together. Eros beating Easy 4-3. And now Eros will face R2K for the first time in the top 4 on Saturday, I believe. That's the date of the next fixture. And we'll have R2K versus Eros, and then the winner of that match on Saturday, the 27th of April, will play Raid in the Grand Finals best of 9 to battle it out for first place. Commiserations to Easy. They squeezed into 4th place, but got knocked out and take 4th place overall from the Professionals tournament. Let's just have a quick check. With Wargaming, I believe the matches are finished for tonight, but you never know. Maybe I would push the stop streaming button and there would be another one coming. Although that being said, we can just check the tournaments page. Yeah, the next match will be on the 27th. So next Saturday. Absolutely cracking. That is going to be very interesting. Bearing in mind, of course, that Eros, the Eros clan, is a lot of Legion's big game team from Twister 2018, the online finals on the European server, and a lot of Legion's big game team are former members of R2K. So that promises that could be a very interesting match. Overall, certainly everything to play for those two teams. Big congratulations to Raid. They had us worried on day 1 of the round robin stage, but now they are going to be going through. Well, they are through to the grand finals, and who knows, maybe they'll win that as well. Just to give you guys a bit of a taster, in terms of results, of course, we're going to be seeing Eros play R2K next. R2K beat Eros in their first encounter 3-2 and then 3-0 in the second encounter in the round robin phase. So R2K, number 1 seed coming out of the round robin itself, just being pipped by Raid to the grand final, are the favourites on paper to beat Eros. Of course, Eros, though, a very diverse and dynamic and competent team, will be bringing everything to try and make that grand final versus Raid. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me and Wargaming. Whichever channel you're watching on, I hope you enjoyed the games as much as I did. I had an absolute blast, and I am so looking forward to hopefully streaming the grand finals on Saturday, the 27th of April. I believe the kickoff time, or the rollout time, or whatever you want to call it, is going to be 8 p.m. Central European Summertime, CEST, same as always. So looking forward to hopefully seeing all of you guys then. For those of you who are following the North American server, I will be doing coverage of their top 4, the first 2 rounds of their top 4, later tonight on my channel. So maybe you'll be as crazy as I am and stay up into the small hours of the night to see more tank-on-tank action on WoT Tank Splits. Rolling Swarm signing out for now. See you guys. Ciao.
Please go. 1 too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on day